I wonder if I'm the only one that feels like I have no hobbies. I'm such a boring person, you know. Um, I'm out here right now, middle of nowhere. I'm lying. I'm in the middle of somewhere, but I'm just thinking about, man, I truly have no hobbies. Like nothing that's like that's like worthwhile, you know. I had this girl I was dating probably like 2 years ago. This is when it first made me like realize I'm a boring ass dude. Like seriously. So she this was kind of, it wasn't at the beginning of my self improvement journey, but it was more like getting the fruits of my labor from it. Cause I mean, just quick backstory. Probably like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, it's probably like the worst time of my life. Just I was so like, I was out of shape. I was like dead broke. I had nothing going for me. I just got out of a breakup, and I was like so like, I don't know. I was just like drained almost. Like my everything was just down. You know, morale was down, courage was down, confidence was down, all of it, bro. Like I don't know. So I decided to change. You know, I went through a patch of it, and the first step in improving was just the gym and making money. So all I was doing, I dropped out of school, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna work full time. I'm trying to figure stuff out, and that's basically what I did. Right, I stayed in school, right, to make my mom happy. I didn't want to have a dead end job be my main thing. So if I'm working like 40 hours at Amazon, which at the time was paying, you know, I guess the most I was making, if I was working that much at Amazon, you know, you really couldn't say nothing because I'd be like, oh yeah, but I'm a student though. So it kind of, you know, you get that pass by, right? And I feel like guys in our 20s, we have more leeway to like mess up and kind of look like losers, so to say. Because when you think about it, a guy that lives with his mom and 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 is doing like a dead end job, Amazon's a dead end job. Let's be real, right? $19 an hour, you ain't doing nothing. So, and I wasn't doing nothing, but it's better me doing that at 20 years old than me doing that at 30 years old, right? So I had some leeway, but I was in school, and I knew I was going to drop out. I knew I was, but I just stayed in it just so it kind of looked good. Anyways, that's when I first started like just working out, and I was working a lot. Honestly, I had a second job too. I don't know what I was doing, man. I had so many jobs. It's honestly insane. Because if one job pissed me off, shoot, I just go on Indeed and get me another one. It was so easy, you know. Like I'd be switching jobs like 3 to 6 months, and I don't even put the previous job on my resume. I really didn't have to. And you really don't have to for these low-paying jobs. Like any job making 20 or under, one, you could just lie. How many times have I lied? They don't call these places. I just make up good excuses, you know. It's kind of messed up, but that's just the it's just the game, bro. I I realized early that these companies don't care about me, and I'm not gonna care about them. You know, I can't tell you. Actually, I can tell you one job, bro. There's a frog on the window. I didn't know they stuck to windows. Wow. Um. Ooh, there's a pool. Sorry, I get distracted easy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I just lied basically on the job interviews. Okay, so it don't matter what I was saying. But these jobs, they don't really care. Okay, so I was oh yeah, I never gave a 2 week notice before. I never gave a 2 week notice before because I mean they never gave me a 2 week notice that they gonna let me go. And I've had my few jobs I got fired from just because, you know, I just don't give a fuck. I just it is what it is to me. Like, if y'all say something crazy to me, I don't need this job. So I realized it early, right? And there was only one job I really gave 2 weeks because it was a good job to me. It was cool people. But anyway, so I was working a lot, and I was starting to hit the gym more. And this is when it started like pay off, right? Like I actually had a decent physique with a shirt on, with a shirt on. Okay, so like 2 years ago was like the first time I actually I don't know, started to see the fruits of my labor when I first started like actually seeing results, because it does take time. Honestly, if I was like, I feel like someone that takes the gym serious, like right now it's October. If you seriously like locked in, as they say, but like you took the gym serious, go 4 or 5 times a week and just chill with your diet, bro, you'd be nice for summertime next year. But I wasn't thinking about that. Honestly, I didn't even like the gym at first. But I will say, if you find a workout partner, honestly, it's crazy. Like I found this workout guy, and there was this guy at the gym. He came up to me and he's like, "Yeah, want to work out?" Woody woo. Long story short, I started working out with him, and he got me more consistent because, like, if it's 5 o'clock, I told him I was gonna show up. And honestly, I didn't feel like going to the fucking gym, but it was like at the same time, I told this dude I was gonna show up at 5 o'clock. So what I look like not showing up, you know? So I showed up, I got consistent. I eventually moved from where I was living a couple hours away, so I couldn't go with him anymore. But by that time, I had it down. Like consistency is no longer a problem for me. Like I can't tell you the last time, maybe like straight up, probably like 5 times, 5 weeks out of like the past like 4 years, I've went less than 3 times in a week. And that's probably just like vacations and if I'm sick or something. But I really don't get sick. And I really did. Like even now, I got sick last year and I still went. I still remember it because my head was kind of hurting, and then I made it even worse and I had to leave early. But that's just going to say how my consistency is. I actually genuinely enjoy it now. So, but with that being said, it was more consistent. So, boom, meet this chick, and she came up to me and she was all right. She was all right. I was like, shoot, I never had a chick really come up to me before. Ever since then, ever since I got my physique on point, that is like the number one thing. If a dude's like down bad, you ain't got really nothing, bro. You get the physique on point, like you get some shorties looking at you, and some of them come up and talk to you, right? So this one actually came up to me at work or whatever, and she was nice, cute, little blonde, and she was like, "Oh, we are just making small talk or whatever." But then she hit me with like, "What do you like to do for fun?" And bro, like I froze. I literally froze because I bro, I don't know. Like, what you mean? Is this house vacant or it might be weird if I go up to it? Whatever. But yeah. So I'm like, shoot, I like to chill and stuff. I work out. I work a lot and stuff like that. And safe to say, I actually did go on two dates with her. But man, I was just I was just such a boring dude. And that's when it first came to me. Like, damn, I really don't have any hobbies. And it got me thinking about what I actually want to do. But even now, like 2 years later, I'm at this point now where it's like I'm still battling with that question. What do you like to do for fun? Uh, bro, I try making like some things up or try to go more into detail. Something like, well, I work a lot for one. I like I like driving my truck. Yeah, that's pretty fun to me. And then oh, I work out a lot, I love hitting the weights, or I love running, right now I'm training for a marathon, which I am actually in May. Doing my first marathon. I'm freaking excited for it, man. Just another just another race under the belt. But yeah, besides that, man, I really don't got nothing. I'm like, I think like, oh yeah, I like to be outside in nature and go on walks and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. That's kind of boring. Like right now, I'm walking and talking. I feel like this is kind of walking gets my mental going. Like I feel the most inspired, to start like talking when I'm walking. Like I'm most creative almost. Damn, these people are loud. It's 2:22 in the morning and they that loud. Okay. But yeah, so anyways, I've been thinking about like hobbies and stuff like that. Like I legit want some some cool hobbies, like something where it's like, okay, I can either do this alone or I can do it with someone. And I don't know, like I could say shooting guns would be a fun activity, but I really don't do it that much. I could put that under my belt. Like, oh yeah, that's my hobby too. I like shooting guns. I got I got all kinds of guns and stuff like that. It's like I don't know. At that point, it might sound weird. Like, bro, what this dude trying to train for a zombie apocalypse or something? But uh, yeah, I really don't know. So, and they say to try new things, but what do you mean try new things? And man, I go on Reddit a lot because Reddit's probably the only place you can find like real people, like real results or like real opinions. Right? I'm not asking Google. I'm not asking ChatGPT to give me, some cool hobbies as a man. Like I'm just no. So I go on Reddit and I find stuff and it seems all right. But then I don't know if these people are trying to like sound manly or what. They talk about doing like woodwork or I don't even know, like building stuff. Like, bro, what? I'm 23 and I live in an apartment. What I look like having a sawzall or something? Like what? Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like I had this thought in my head, and I feel like now I don't know. I wonder how it would sound or how it would be if I actually got a motorcycle. Like it's been heavy on my mind because one, when I try to find something like there's like these posts in Reddit where it's like, what are ways that you guys feel the most alive? Right? Basically just being like in the moment, not so much worried about future or anything wrong going on. You're so like present. I see a lot of guys saying that their motorcycle is, a main therapeutic thing in a sense. And I feel like it'd be cool, just going out on a bike and I don't know, give me a little shorty to ride with me. But that's pretty cool. But you might get the wrong kind of chick. I don't know. I know there's biker chicks. I don't know how all that works out. But anyways, like man, I just been thinking about a hobby that makes me feel more like in the moment type stuff, right? Because there's a bunch. I see a lot of it is like physical things, right? But you can't be physical for 6+ hours. Like there's really only so much you can physically do. Okay, like running. A lot of people hate running. I see why. Honestly, it's weird, but I only like running during the run. Like before it, if I'm feeling sore, I hate stretching. And then after it, when you start like walking, it's like, oh my God, my body feels like crap. But when I'm running, when I'm actually like in the moment running, I'm free in a sense, right? But you can't really do that for 6 hours. I like hitting the weights. Like when you lift some heavy ass weights, man, you ain't thinking about anything else going on. You got some crazy music going on. You bumping that, and bro, you can't think about anything else, right? Because these weights are gonna slam on you, bro. Like you gotta focus. So something that doesn't involve like too much uh, physical workload. Mentally, what is there to do mentally? Read a book. Uh, I really don't know mentally. Like I just see a lot of like, is this a real cop? I think there's a cop. I'm gonna go the opposite way. I don't need him looking at me with a damn a mic and a GoPro strapped to me. He's got a bomb. He's got a bomb. But yeah, when you see like chicks, they talk about like crocheting or sewing or like they there's like 10 different things that's like related to that part. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not doing none of that. And as a guy, like, how can I? There really isn't anything. I don't know. Really isn't anything that kind of comes to mind. If I'm being honest, I'm about to hop on Reddit and see, because this is kind of a good thing. But I'm telling you, Reddit is low key goated. Like, what should I look up? Young men, mental hobbies. And this is honestly what I do. Like, I just look up like random keywords, and then you kind of just go from there, right? What are some hobbies you would recommend to a guy in his 20s for personality building? Gas, whatever you enjoy. Bro, see? And this dude's talking about some scuba diving to being a dungeon master. Like, what the? Bro, I could have asked ChatGPT, you want to do that? So, I mean, obviously all of them ain't good one. That was a terrible response. I would have never. These people love Dungeons and Dragons. Reading, cooking, baking, gardening, building, fixing things. Cooking, that could be a decent hobby, honestly, but I hate cooking so much. Literally so much. I hate it. Like, I can't tell you how much I hate cooking. I hate the process of going to the store, picking up all the food, figuring it all out, taking it home, bringing it back in the house, putting it all away, then taking it all out, prepping all the food, right? Then once you prep all the food, then you gotta get all the dishes out, then you gotta make the food, then you gotta wait for the food, and then you gotta come back, and then you gotta tend to the food. Then what? You can enjoy eating the food. Then you gotta clean up the mess you made. Oh man, bro. If I was living by myself, I'd be eating Chipotle every day. I swear. I swear. I tell my mom this all the time, right? Like, I don't know. She just be making random stuff in the house, if I'm being honest. But shoot, I'll eat it because I really don't care, right? But anything else, like I'm trying to think today, there was nothing. There was nothing that was not cooked. Or wait, that don't make sense. There was nothing cooked in the house, right? And I opened a can of chicken and some beans. Now, it wasn't the most tasteful thing, but I was pretty hungry, so I ate it. You know, like you realize if you can't eat some like chicken breast, then you really ain't hungry on the real. So, anyways, I ate that, and then later I look and she made like these like chicken sausage noodles, marinara, some kind of I don't even know. I didn't even know she had it. And dang, that doorbell kind of scared me. I didn't even know she had it, right? And so I look and uh yeah, so that's why that's why like obviously if I didn't, then I would just pick up Chipotle, right? But that could be another hobby in a sense, getting back to that thing. So I guess what I'm trying to get at, man, if you're okay, right now, you gotta just start with one thing. You can't try to do a million things at once, okay? You gotta try one at a time. So I think first off, it should be something physical, right? Start off if you're doing zero activity, bro, because yeah, there was it's just crazy to think too, because I get it how you can fall off. Because in high school I was such an active kid. It's insane. Even just like childhood, I was always outside and I was a skinny kid. I was skinny and I used to just, I ran a lot. I did all kinds of sports. I was always outside on bikes. And if you were like that, and then what happens? I graduate high school, I go to college, and I start hating life. I start doing things that suck, and I really just fell off. Like I stopped just being active. Why I was skinny, right? Because I remember my diet was always trash. Because I literally ate whatever I wanted, but I was also super active. So I kept the same eating pattern, but I didn't keep up with the diet pattern. So it eventually, caught up with me. And when it caught up to me, that's when I had to change. But this seems like a nice spot. So yeah, just take you back to your roots. If you were the type that ran, or you hit weights, or you rode bikes, you did literally anything, roller skate, tap back into that, back into whatever you did in high school. Okay, that's kind of what I did, right? But I got fat, so I was like, man, I'm not just trying to run. One, I kind of fell out of just running because I was running a ton, but I was running with people. And in college, I basically left everybody. I didn't know anybody out there, and yeah, looking back, if I wasn't so like introverted, and back then I was shy. Now I'm not really shy because I really just don't care anymore. Like, you can call it confidence, you can call it arrogance, you can call it just being dumb. I just honestly, I just don't care anymore. I don't care what people got to say about me. I don't care when you don't care about what someone's opinion of you is. That is when you're like truly, you just let go, right? So back then I still cared what people thought about me, and I never joined. I never thought about joining like a running club, but that's why I didn't start running again. I hit the weights because I got fat, and I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just turn this fat into muscle and just be bigger. And that's kind of what I've been on. I'm around like that 180, 190 range, um, and it was all fat too. It's just crazy to think. Like, I'm not where I want to be at by any means, but so that's my first starting point, right? So you got to start with the physical, right? Start with something you can actually keep up with. If you hate lifting weights, bro, just don't do it. You know, like it got to be something though. You got to be active in some way. You're either running, swimming, I don't know whatever you want to do. The main ones is really just running and lifting weights, right? Walking, bro, you got to walk hours upon hours. And sometimes, man, I get bored of just walking. Like, I feel like running is just quicker and you get to see more. Walking now, honestly, I started tapping into walking. Like, it was kind of me walking and recording. It gets my like intellect going. Like, I just get so like creative almost, and just being out here and stuff. Like, I think it's kind of weird. I'm out here. It's like almost 3 a.m. It's 2:36 a.m. and I'm out here, and it's like, man, I'm feeling the most creative. But running, lifting weights, start off there. Okay. Once you start off there, see where the rest of your time is going, straight up. Because my days were getting like looped together because it was so mundane. Everything just stayed the same. I wasn't doing anything new. It was like that same like boring routine. That's how your days get just mashed together. And when they get mashed together like that, life just feels sucks. Making sure my thing's still recording, man. 33%, let's go. So yeah, when everything gets mashed together like that, man. So see where all your time's going. If you're spending a lot on your phone, bro, let go of the phone, man. It's so much clarity behind it. And it's so hard to, like, if you have to, go outside and walk to clear your mind. Do not take your phone. And I'm a big proponent of writing things down when they come to my mind, right? So I used to always do it on my notes on my phone app. But there's always a downside to it, right? Because it's like, shoot, that phone's right there. Let me just check one thing real quick. And one turns to two, two turns to three, and you just get out a whole loop. You're like, bro, I just waste 10 minutes of my time. Just like, what am I doing? So let go of the phone, kind of clear your mind. Take a notepad, honestly, a physical like notepad and pen. I've been doing that real recently. I'm gonna make a video on it once I'm on like a 30-day challenge right now of like straight just journaling. And honestly, like I'm not even halfway in, and I'm seeing the clarity. Like my intellect is sparking more. I'm seeing kind of just who I am, what I like. Like, you got to tap into what you like, not what people tell you what you like, not what someone else says they like, so you got to like it. No, man, like, see what you like and try new things out. So, and right now I'm thinking about getting a bike, man. Like, I honestly don't see nothing wrong with trying it, man. And it's crazy because I even said I wanted a bike in high school. So, for me to go this long, even like 3 years ago, I kept saying, oh yeah, next summer I'm gonna get it. No, next summer. No, 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 next summer, next summer. Like, bro, it don't even cost that much, really. Like, it's like 5-6 grand all in. That's bike plus equipment plus like registration and stuff like that. Like, just to get it up and running and stuff like that. So, although it is October, it's getting cold. I got a goal that by April 2026, I'm gonna get a bike. I'm gonna, kind of go based off of that. And I feel like, man, it'd be different from like doing like videos like this where it's like I got a GoPro basically strapped on my chest. Like, doing that in a bike. Like, bro, that would be sweet. I don't know how that would feel. Obviously, like I said, walking gets my intellect going. But how about running? Or not running. How about riding the bike? That could as well. So, and honestly, anything else, bro, hop on Reddit. I just looked up young men hobbies, not physical. And just go through it literally. That's kind of what I did. 20 to 30-year-old men of Reddit. What are some hobbies that you have picked up that you would recommend others to try? And they'll just give you random stuff. Wet shaving, long range shooting, cigars, disc golf, hiking. The list goes on. And just just scroll through it, man. Just see what people got to say about certain things. If anything sparks your interest. Like, let's say you're like me and you found motorcycle is kind of what you want to get into, right? Obviously, it's a little bit of a cost. So, of course, that's going to be a factor. But am I really going to let 5 grand stop me from doing something I've kind of always wanted to do? Like, obviously, I'm smart. You got to be smart with your money. You can't just blow everything you got on your impulse because, you need to find a hobby. But I'm planning for April. So with planning for April, I have about 6 months to come up with that extra cash, which is doable, right? I'm being intentful with it. So then once you find it, like me, motorcycles, then you get more into like watch more YouTube videos about people on their bikes and stuff like that. Or listen to what people say on Reddit. Like, man, Reddit, oh God, they all gas up having a bike. Anybody that has a bike tells you it's true, like freedom, they love it, everything else. Anybody that doesn't have a bike likes to share their 2 cents and tell you, oh yeah, how many people get killed, this and that, you're gonna kill yourself, you're dumb. Like, bro, if you're, I don't even know. There's really two ends of the spectrum where people that take more like, I don't know, it's not like risk takers, but it's just like more living on the edge, you know. I'm really that type of guy that just, I love living more on the edge, right? I'm like, if you look like the adrenaline junkie spectrum, like I'm way on the safe side of that, right? This is the adrenaline junkie spectrum. But if you expand it all the way out, adrenaline junkie, regular person, I'm probably like all the way up here. So it seems, I seem kind of crazy. But when you see these dudes that are like going up buildings, you know, like skyscrapers with no equipment, just, you know, you see videos like that. Or you see those dudes on bikes that are going 120 miles an hour, flying, doing wheelies. Like, bro, that's not. No, I'm not doing none of that. You know, like that. That is truly being dumb. And so, with that, I don't know the point I was trying to make with it, but if you want to be on more of the risk taker side, obviously I'm gonna recommend that. And man, I'm just documenting my journey, man. So, of course, in 6 months, I better see a bike vid, because I'm gonna come back to the video and watch it. You know, it's me sitting on this bench right here and stuff. I better see it. So, just figure it out, right? I was just saying about Reddit, how, you know, people that don't have bikes just tell you everything else, and there really is two ends of the spectrum. With people that take risk and people that take risks, people that don't. You know, at the end of the day, it's just how it goes. So hop on Reddit, look at that stuff. I think that's pretty much it. That's where I'm gonna leave it on tonight, man. But other than that, I'm out.